guys, so for this tutorial I'll be using my yarn, which is from a brand called Lana. So the two yarns are from the same brand and is a lightweight yarn. You can use any lightweight yarn of your choice. I'll be using my size 3mm hook and my scissors. You also need a stitch marker or stitch markers, although I can't find mine right now. So to get started, I'll be working in two panels, the front and the back panel, and this is a Reglan dress, so meaning you're going to start from the neck all the way down. Now, since I'm working in two panels, all you need to do is you're going to measure around your head because you want the neckline to be able to pass your head. So you're going to measure around your head and divide that by 2. And so if your head is, let's say for example 40 inches, although it's not possible, but if your head is 40 inches, divide that by 2 and that will be 20 inches each. So for mine, I'm going to start by making a chain of 5 for the neck band. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 1, and the first stitch go in with 1/2 double crochet. Go into the next stitch with 1/2 double crochet, and the next with 1/2 double crochet. So you're just putting 1/2 double crochet in each stitch till you get to the end of the row. Now I've come to the end of the row. Start by chaining 1, turn over, put 1/2 double crochet in each stitch. So what you're doing is you're just walking back and forth with 1/2 double crochet till you have the measurement. So like I said, you're going to measure around your head and divide that by 2. So I'm just going to do this. I have the measurement for my head, and then I'll let you know how many rows I ended up doing. So I ended up with a total of 46 single crochet across the neckband. Now what I did was I marked off 10 stitches and I put my stitch marker on the 11th stitch. Then I did the same for this other end. So 10 stitches, my stitch marker is on the 11th stitch. Now start by chaining 1, turn over, and the first 10 stitches go in with 1 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in this 11th stitch where the stitch marker is, I'm going to remove the stitch marker now. Go in with 1 double crochet, chain 2, and go back into the same stitch with 1 double crochet. So you have a double crochet, chain 2, and a double crochet. Now continue with 1 double crochet and the rest of the stitches till you get to the next stitch marker. Now I've come to where my stitch marker is. In the stitch marker, the stitch where the stitch marker is, sorry, go in with 1 double crochet. Now you can just remove the stitch marker. Chain 2 and go back into the same stitch with 1 double crochet. So you're just repeating what you did for the first stitch where you had your first stitch marker. Now just continue with 1 double crochet in the rest of the stitches. Okay, I need to unravel this. I'm probably never going to work with this yarn again after this set that I'm done with, but for now just continue with 1 double crochet in each stitch till you get to the end of the row. So you're supposed to have 10 stitches left. So this particular pattern in this video is for a medium to large, precisely large, but it's would also fit for a medium. Now chain 1, turn over. For the third row, or rather for the second row. So I'm not going to be counting the single crochet as a row. I'm just going to start counting from the double crochet stitch. So for the second row, go into each stitch with 1 double crochet. Now I've come to where I have my V stitch. In this chain 2 space, go in with 1 double crochet, chain 2, and go back into the same stitch with 1 double crochet. So in the chain 2 space, I have a double crochet, 2 chains, and a double crochet. Now in the very next stitch, go in with 1 double crochet and continue with 1 double crochet in each stitch till you get to the next V stitch. Okay, so now I'm at the second V stitch. In the stitch before the chain 2 space, go in with a double crochet. In the chain 2 space, go in with 1 double crochet, chain 2, go back into the same stitch with 1 double crochet. Now continue with 1 double crochet in each stitch till you get to the end of the row. Okay, I've come to the end of the row. For the third row, start by chaining 1. From this point, you're basically just going to be repeating the second row. So you're going to put in 1 double crochet in each stitch, and when you get to the chain 2 space, go in with a double crochet, chain 2, and go back into the same stitch with a double crochet. And you're going to do this till you have the length, or till you get to your arm, so you have the length that is wide enough to cover your arm for the front panel. Anyhow, I'll let you know how many rows I end up doing when I get to the arm, but for now just keep on repeating the second row. So 1 double crochet in each stitch. When you get to your V stitch, go in with a double crochet, chain 2, and go back into the same stitch with a double crochet, and just repeat that till you get to the end of the row. I'll let you know how many rows I end up with. I have a total of 16 rows of double crochet, and for the stripe, what I did was I alternated between 4 rows for each color. So you can decide how you want the stripe to be. You can do 2 rows for each color, you can do 1 row for each color. It depends on how you want the stripe to look, like I said, but I did 4 rows for each colors because I didn't want the stripe to be small. I wanted the big stripe, if that makes sense. So now what you're going to do is you're going to attach your yarn at this corner where you have this chain 2 space. So I already did on the side. You're going to attach your yarn on this chain 2 space. I'm just going to use my purple yarn. Now you're going to make a chain of 6. So I did a chain of 6 on this end. I'm just going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now what you're going to do is turn over. In the first stitch, go in with 1 double crochet. Go into the next stitch with 1 double crochet. So you're putting 1 double crochet in each of this chain stitch. You're going to have a total of 5 double crochet on the chain stitch. Now once you're done with the chain stitch, go into the very next stitch with 1 double crochet and go into the next stitch with a double crochet and the next stitch with a double crochet. You're going to put 1 double crochet in each stitch till you get to the end of the second chain. Okay, so I've come to the end of the row and this is the 17th row. Now you're going to chain 1, turn over, put 1 double crochet in each stitch, so you're going to put 1 double crochet in each stitch till you get to the end of the row. Now from this point you're going to be working back and forth between these two ends with 1 double crochet in each stitch. I'm going to do this for a few more rows, and if there's anything different I'm going to do, I'm definitely going to let you guys know. But for now, just keep on alternating between just keep on going back and forth with 1 double crochet in each stitch. Okay, so I did a total of 24 rows alternating between the two colors. So I just have my double crochet back and forth like I said previously. All the way down to this point I have a total of 24 rows. Now I'm just going to start working on the hips of the dress. So this is slightly before my hips area, so I'm going to like start increasing because I have bigger hips compared to my waist, so I need to increase on both sides. So if your hips is really small or there's no significant difference between the hips and the waist, you don't need to increase, because especially when you're working with a stretchy yarn. But because my hips is quite big compared to my waist, I have to do a few rows of increase. So what I'm going to do is, in the first stitch, go in with 2 double crochets. Now put 1 double crochet in the rest of the stitches till you get to the end of the row, where you're going to do another set of where you're going to do another increase at the end of the row. So I have my increase in the first stitch. Now just continue with 1 double crochet in the rest of the stitches. Now I've come to the end of the row. I already went into the last stitch with 1 double crochet. I'm going to go back into the same stitch with another double crochet, which serves as my increase. Now chain 1, turn over. For the 42nd row, so I'm counting from the beginning of the dress: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 10 times 4 is 40. 41. Yeah, so for the 42nd row, chain 1, turn over, do an increase in the first stitch. So go in with 2 double crochets. Now continue with 1 double crochet in the rest of the stitches. When you get to the end of the row, you're going to do an increase. So from this point, you're going to be doing an increase on both sides of the dress till it's wide enough to cover your hips. I'll let you know how many rows of increase I end up doing, but just do the amount of increase that will fit your body physics, and then I would let you know how many rows of increase I end up doing. I've gotten the length I want for my dress, and I did a total of 56 rows. So from this point where we marked off the armhole and the main body of the dress down to the length, I have a total of 56 rows. Now what you're going to do is you're going to join the 2 panels together. So what I did was I stitched the 2 panels all the way from this end, the starting point of the armhole, down to the length of the dress, and then you're going to stitch the shoulder panel of the dress. So this side of the dress, on both sides, you're just going to stitch from the neck down to the end, and then you have your armhole. Now I'm just going to work on the sleeves of the dress. So for that, I'm going to start by attaching my yarn. So I'm just going to start by attaching my yarn at this end. So you can attach it at any end. I'm just going to use my purple and attach it at this end. So I'm attaching it at the seam of the dress. Now chain 1, in the first stitch go in with 1 double crochet, put 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 1 double crochet in the next stitch. So you're just putting 1 double crochet along this 6 chains that you did, remember, when you did the 6 chain for the main body of the dress. Now you're going to continue along the yellow color of the dress. So you're just putting in 1 double crochet in each stitch. So for the sleeve, it's quite simple because you're just repeating what you did for the body of the dress. You're just working in 1 double crochet in each stitch round the armhole. So just keep on going around the armhole till you have the length you want for the sleeve of your dress, and I'll let you know how many rows I end up doing, but just keep on going around with 1 double crochet till you have the length you want. I'm done with the sleeves, and I did a total of 8 rows for both sleeves. You can make longer or shorter depending on the length you want for the sleeves, but I just did 8 rows and I'm okay with the length of the sleeve. So this is what the dress looks like. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial, and please don't forget to subscribe.